Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the Sooner Magic Bros. It's your boy Derek.
Johnny Johns here. We're here to talk about that disappointing loss. It sucks, man. There's nothing else we can say about it.
Oh no, we suck again!
All right,
I
that's
think we
kind
used
of how.
that in the last video. But...
Yeah, we already used that one. Damn it.
Oh shit.
We already used the shitting down your leg also.
Yeah.
And fair warning: if adult language offends you, we like to tell people now because there's always that one guy. Definitely turn this video off if adult language offends you.
Let me start. Where do we start at?
It's kind of old, making fun of USC. The first two losses, it was fun. Now at this point, you kind of just feel bad for Caleb. And some of the USC fans that are cool, but we just got word that Alex Grinch was fired for whatever that's worth.
It's good news for them, for sure, I think.
I'm not sure it's going to help, but...
Not this season. But...
Definitely not this season, but yeah.
Well, what if it does? That'd be funny.
He had struggles with Mike. Defense wasn't as good. Put in Ruffin McNeil. Defense still wasn't very good. He's had Alex Grinch the last few years. Defense wasn't very good. I don't know. I think it's a Lincoln Riley thing. I don't know. I mean, and it's going to be he's going to have that kind of over his head until he fields a good defense. So. Yeah. Anyway, but when it comes to our team, we got our own shit to worry about.
Yeah.
We have now lost 2 games in a row, and we've had 6 turnovers and tons of penalties between the 2 games. We had 3 turnovers against Kansas, and we had 3 turnovers against Oklahoma State. It was almost like watching the same damn game that we watched last week. I mean, it was almost same damn movie we had already seen last week. It's disappointing. It sucks. The fact of the matter is this year's team just isn't quite good enough to have 3 turnovers 2 weeks in a row against ranked teams on the road.
We were close, but
we were close.
Not quite good enough.
If Key Lawrence intercepts that pass against Kansas, game over, we win. Mm-hmm. If Nick Anderson doesn't drop that touchdown pass, I believe it was in the first half or maybe beginning of the second half. I'd have to go back and watch. I haven't had the heart to go back and rewatch the game yet.
Yeah, it's hard to rewatch that.
Kind of tough. But, I mean, the fact of the matter is we had position. We were put in position where we could have won both games, even with the turnovers and the penalties. If Key Lawrence just catches that pass, and in the beginning of the year, the first 6 games, our defense was catching those passes. In the beginning of the year, our receivers were catching those passes. And I remember Danny Stutzman even said after we were 6-0 and we just beat Texas, they said, man, you guys have been, we were like number 1 in turnover margin. They're like, what's been the difference between this year and last year? Danny said, I don't know. Last year we wasn't catching them. This year we are. Well, these last couple weeks, we
look like last year's team.
We look a lot like last year's team. Barely losing games. Now, we haven't gotten blown out by nobody like last year's team, but we have had injuries. Danny Stutzman, huge injury. I mean, he went out in the first he got hurt in the first. He didn't play the entire second half of Kansas. He didn't play the whole game of Oklahoma State, and it definitely mattered.
I've been worried about him getting injured all season.
Me too.
I think I see why now.
Right, but it's been a thing where Andrew Anthony, the offense hasn't looked the same since he's been out. I mean, and then the running backs, we get one that's hot, and then they're out of the game. And then, Saltchuck was hot, and he's out of the game. And then Walker's hot, and then he's out of the game. I thought the whole thing was they're going to ride the hot hand, and it just seems like they're doing. You have already said, and I'll let you talk about it first, about the Jeff Levy thing.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people online already saying fire Jeff Levy, and I am definitely not on that train, but I'm on the hire co-offensive coordinator or something to help, because I think he is overthinking things, trying to get too cute. And the whole speed thing, or the hurry up offense, maybe we need to just be able to line up and play the plays and just get shit done with our best guys, and it's like he's overthinking it, doing all kinds of cute shit, and it's too much. Like,
It is too
just
much.
dude, like throw the fucking ball to Drake Stoops and Nick Anderson, run it with Tyree Walker as much as you can. There's probably a reason behind it, but
Right.
it don't make sense to any of us.
So basically, how you feel about it is you wouldn't mind see us getting like a coordinator,
Yeah.
kind of similar to what LSU had in 2019. They had gotten a passing game coordinator from the NFL. I think it was a guy that had worked with the Saints, and it worked out really good for LSU. Their passing game was unbelievable that year. And who knows, maybe getting a co-coordinator, passing game coordinator, something like that may not be a bad idea. I'm kind of the guys that are saying fire Jeff Lebby. I get it. I understand the frustrations. I understand that the offense had a chance to just get one first down against Kansas, and you win the game, and they wasn't able to get it done.
And then
this one, didn't they get the ball at like the 50-yard line or some shit?
Yeah.
And wasn't able to win the game.
We couldn't beat the refs on that one.
Right. I mean, there was some shit calls.
I got a bone to pick for the refs.
Shit calls are going to happen. It's going to happen to Texas and to Oklahoma. It's just that. But here's the deal: if you ain't turning over the ball and you're not dropping guaranteed touchdown passes, a couple shit calls don't matter. A lot of people have to deal with shit calls, not just us. A lot of people have to deal with them. But I'm more on the side of the fence of, if you're complaining about Jeff Lebby, I understand. There's no doubt about it. His guys didn't. The defense played well enough to win the game, and the offense should have, like the last game, they just needed to get that one first down. And then they only had like half of a field to get to. We put them in perfect position to where they either could get the field goal and tie the game, go into overtime, or go down there and score like you did against Texas and win the fucking game. And at the end of the day, we just shit down their leg, didn't get it done. False start penalties. I've never seen receivers.
So many, dude. It seemed like it was every play.
Even receivers getting false start penalties. I mean, and it's almost like the other teams know that we're weak.
I swear that we didn't even blink and they flag false start. There was at least one, I think I saw, where it's like, come on. But keep going.
Kind of like Brent Venables starts to complain to the ref, and he don't even look at him. He throws the flag.
He
that
stepped
was
off the field and went to. And it wasn't even like barking at him. Right. He was like, "Hey, what was that?" And then dude doesn't even look at him like flag.
Yeah, it was like dude,
come on, man. Yeah.
It was crazy, man. But the fact of the matter is that ref doesn't have to go home and deal with the 2 losses. Brent Venables does. So what do we do from here? What I would love to see happen, it seems like it's definitely a 4-horse race right now. You've got Kansas, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, and Texas, okay? Texas is playing with their backup quarterback. Kansas, although he's been the starter the last 3 times Oklahoma's played Kansas, he's technically their backup. So if Oklahoma, what I would love to see, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, this team hasn't given me much. I'm having a hard time trusting this team to go win a fucking game right now. It's reminding me more of last year's team. Because the last few weeks they've showed me that they're really good at finding ways to lose a fucking football game. And that's what they were last year, too. And it's definitely an alarming situation where you're like, oh my god, I hope that just isn't what his teams are. But I get it. I don't think so either. I hope not. At this point, we're already we got to ride it out with BV and see what happens. But pretty much, if I had it my way, I would love to see Oklahoma win out. I'd love to see Oklahoma State win out, and I'd love to see Texas and Kansas each lose a game. And then put it where we got a Bedlam Big 12 title. Oh my god,
that'd be awesome.
That way, because it's like, damn, that's the last game against OSU, and we lost.
The last one.
Yes, if I had it my way, that would be my dream scenario. I would love to see it where and I know, I know a lot of chips got to fall in the right places, but it's not really that many. I mean, OU has to win these next 3, OSU, and then we need Kansas and Texas to just drop like one game, I believe, because Oklahoma has that head-to-head match against Texas. So now if we both have 2 losses, I think we would have the edge on that. And then Oklahoma State has only 1 loss because they have the other loss, South Alabama. So I'd have to look it over, but I would love to see it fall to where it is Oklahoma and Oklahoma State Bedlam rematch for the Big 12 title. There's nothing I would love more than to see that, because if we get some of our players back and we play them again, I think we'll fucking punch them in the mouth the second game. That's what I really believe that. So that's what I hope happens moving forward. At this point, we got a game against West Virginia at home, and if we go out there and we turn the ball over 3 times against them, we'll probably get beat again. This team, to think they're not going to just keep having 3 turnovers every fucking game and a lot of penalties. I really hope they don't do that every damn game. Surely not, right?
If we play the same way we played the last couple games the rest of the season, we won't win another game, is what I think. It's like, dude, we got to get back to where we was 6 games in. Hey, I think I hear the third bro coming in.
They're all winnable games, and they're also all losable games. And we even said that after the Texas game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're losable games and they're winnable games. So, hopefully this team is sick of losing close games. They did it last year in 5 of them. Now they've done it twice this year. And, we've lost 9 games in 2 years. And I understand that roster ain't quite back to being stable again. It may take 2 or 3 years before it is. Luckily, we're signing these big recruiting classes, and the thing about signing recruiting classes that's got like 27, 28 guys in it is what you hope happens is next year there'll be true freshmen, 27 or 28 guys, and then that next year they're all in their second year. You got 27 guys.
That's the year I'm really excited for, man. That's going to be our time to shine, I think, in the SEC too. And I do want to say, man, it's kind of not like I don't feel as angry or upset as most people, because we did barely lose these games with all of the shit. And the biggest elephant in the room is kicking. We need somebody that can kick a field goal, because I think we're putting way too much on the offense to have to score a touchdown every fucking time. Like, dude, if we could have just kicked made that one field goal and then not have to take the shot to Drake Stoops, we would won that game by 3.
Right. Like, yeah, I agree.
We got to get a kicker.
Our kicker, and he missed
he's
one. He's
got to get right quick.
He's got to get right, because it definitely, and that killed us in the Kansas game. It's like everything all at once, like the perfect storm of bullshit causing us to lose these last 2 games. And in the first 6 games or 7 games, it was the opposite. We were doing everything we could to win all these games, and the perfect storm was going on, and it was just a team.
I feel like we turned the leaf finally. We were there.
Right.
Something we could do is just don't put him on the left hash anymore. If our best chance to get a field goal is on the right hash, scheme it up to where you're going to
you get
the ball on that side of the field.
Yeah. If it gets to where you're in field goal range and it's third down, you need to make it to where whatever you're running is going to that right side, if that's the only spot he can kick it in. But I
heard he has like a hook that is like...
It hooks to the left automatically or something. He almost hooked that long one.
I know.
God, that would have been
so
awesome.
Close, man. It was.
But at the end of the day, man... a lot of people are frustrated. It sucks. It sucks losing 2 close games in a row. We're this close to being 9-0. If Key Lawrence catches that interception, we're 8-0, and then we go into Bedlam. We're literally a couple catches away or a couple field goals made away from being 9-0, and it sucks that we're not. But I really think there's bigger things ahead for this team years to come. I really do. I feel it. And when it comes to the Jeff Lebby thing, hell, he may go take another job anyway. I don't know, but I do know this. The fans kind of wanted to run off Brent Venables back when he had some, not necessarily that he sucked at OU. He had some players hurt and couldn't run his defense and had some bad games. People wanted to run him out of town, and you've seen what he did when he went to Clemson. Josh Heupel was a guy that got fired at OU.
Yep. And
you've seen the success that he's had. He definitely doesn't suck. And I'm telling you right now, you get rid of Jeff Lebby, not only you risk... Dylan Gabriel does have 1 more year left if he don't go pro. Jackson Arnold's got 2 more years after this. If he don't go pro, he could have 4 more years. But either way, you could take a risk of potentially losing Jackson Arnold and Dylan Gabriel, not having neither one of them next year. We don't want to be in that situation again, unless Caleb Williams is coming back.
That would probably
I don't
be
believe
the
so,
only
though.
exception, but
Right.
I don't think I would trade, dude. If I was in charge of making that decision,
Right.
no, I'm not on the fire Jeff Lebby train.
Jeff Levy's done a pretty good job with a 3-star quarterback that, let's be honest, dude, I love Dylan Gabriel. He doesn't have no 5-star arm. He's one of them guys that doesn't have that super quick release like that pass to against Kansas, the pick six. If that's someone like a Jackson Arnold or a Caleb Williams, that ball gets there on time. That's the arm talent that you get with a 5-star and even some high 4-stars. I would love to see Jeff Levy's offense with a 5-star quarterback. I want to see it. I'd like to see what happens.
I want to see it 2 years.
Yes.
And then if it doesn't work out, then I'll be on that train probably.
Yes,
But
yes.
I ain't there yet.
And dude, Jeff Levy called plays for Ole Miss, and he had a pretty damn good offense in the SEC.
In the SEC.
And who knows? It may. I mean, I want to see him with his 5-star quarterback that he handpicked, that he developed this whole season. I want to see that. And we've seen what he does with a 3-star quarterback. And we know he can score points. He drew up one hell of a play to Drake Stoops. And, I mean, I really like... He does enough good things that... I mean, and I understand sometimes he gets cute with it. And when we go out there and we fumble the damn ball on a cute play, it really fucking irritates the hell out of me. But... It's not the end of the world. Sky isn't falling. We still got a Big 12 title to play for. At the very least, we could go 10-2, play in a bowl game, maybe win 11 games this year, which would be awesome after losing 7 last year. So let's not get too bummed out and get too crazy. Alex Grinch getting fired at USC, that's understandable.
Oh yeah, did we bring that up?
They had to
yet?
do something.
Yeah,
we did in the beginning because we heard about it right before.
Yeah, right before we had a call. Yeah, Alex Grinch got fired. I definitely don't want that to happen to Jeff Levy. That's way too fast, dude.
And I mean,
over 2 losses so far this season too. Like
right, close losses
with a bunch of hurt players too, and like
That's right. We've had running backs injured.
I want to see him cook with these 2 new batches of recruiting classes we got coming in, man.
We got the number 1 running back coming in.
Taylor Tatum.
Tatum.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm ready to see him run, man.
It's going to be great seeing like a 5-star number 1 running back. Now, I know he's listed as a 4-star in some. I think the composite might have him as a 5. But either way, he's a fringe 5-star, high 4-star, number 1 running back in the country. I would love to see this offense with him. Right. And then the 5-star Jackson Arnold.
We also got some offensive linemen coming in.
Petaway after a year in the system. Offensive linemen. I mean, we got a lot of great weapons that I can't wait to see what it looks like after they're developed and in this system. And we have a stable roster full of guys, not guys that have been here for 1 year, not guys that have been here for a year and a half. I can't wait to see this roster, and we have 70-plus guys that have been in the system for multiple years in a culture that's built, you know. So
I think it's a winning recipe they got cooking right now.
Right. I do too.
We need to see it play out.
Absolutely. It's been 2 games we could have won, and it wasn't our day on both of them.
And barely lost them.
Barely lost them, and it clearly, I mean, we played as bad. 3 turnovers and a shitload of penalties. It's as bad as, I mean, it's tough to win any football game with 3 turnovers and a bunch of penalties. So,
yeah, I remember in the middle of the game when that stat came out, I was like, oh man. Usually when you get 3 turnovers and only get 1, like you're not going to win that game. Like,
right. And that's another thing. We ain't been getting ours turnovers.
We were still so close though.
We're still close. But in the beginning of the year, we were getting turnovers, and we wasn't turning over the ball 3 times. The turnover margin these last 2 weeks have definitely been the X factor. I don't think there's any doubt about it, dude.
There was a bunch of throws. I was like, oh, here it is. Here's the pick. Here it is. I thought it would at least get 2 picks, and I think we had a bunch of close ones, but only got that one, right?
We got that one that the running back threw, and I felt like that's it. That's what we needed. Yeah. I really did. Just like the Ethan Downs interception. I felt like, okay, that's it. That's what we needed to equalize all of our turnovers. And the offense wasn't able to go deep, and because usually I've always said when you get a turnover right away, first play first fucking play, take a deep shot downfield while you have that momentum. Because you can really, really, really steal all the momentum, silence the crowd. If you get an interception and immediately throw a deep ball downfield and get it, you can really suck the air out of that.
It's like explosive decompression.
Yes,
sucking the air out of the whole stadium.
You can literally
man.
let the air out of their balloon in that entire stadium if you can make that happen. And at the end of the day, dude, there was some pass interference that wasn't called. There was some bullshit here and there, but we didn't find a way to win at the end of the day. And it sucks, but let's move forward. I hope the next video we make is going to be a lot more, I hope we finally get to have a winning Sunday video to make, because I'm sick of making these fucking losing
Dude,
videos.
I know,
dude.
man. It feels like last season today, but I feel way better for this season. Because all last season, I was like, dude, I just want us to be better for this season. And if we can win these last two, I think that's way better than we was last season.
I'll be honest.
I just wanted to see improvement. And I think I've seen the improvements. That's why I'm like not super mad. I'm looking forward to like 2 years from now.
Right. I'll be totally honest.
They surprised me this. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm a little bit different than what you are on that. I'll be honest. I thought we had a chance to be either 8-1 or 9-0 right now, and I wanted to see us be 9-0 right now with a chance to, be 11-1 or 12-0 going to the Big 12 title game and make it to where last year, people would write it off as, yep, that was definitely a fluke. Oklahoma is not no 6-7 team. That was a fluke. They were rebuilding, and they found a way to still win 11, 12 games. Now, that's still in the cards. That is still on the table and for the taking. Whether or not this team, I want to see this team get back to finding ways of winning games instead of finding ways to lose fucking football games.
Like, we all know they can do it. They shouldn't have lost the last two. Like, yeah, we should be undefeated right now.
Right.
And, yeah, like, just hopefully they can keep it going, getting better every week. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still happy with the season if it ended right now, just because I wanted to see improvement from last season.
Right.
And then after we beat Texas, though, I was like, oh, wait a minute.
We want more.
Got me way too high.
Right.
I think. And they still could have done it, man. But
and that goofball.
That's what's so frustrating.
Right. So here's something you need to make a YouTube short on. So that goofball that said he had the best eyes and call it these eyes don't lie, got the best, remember that goofball jack off? I've got the best eyes in college football, and Oklahoma's going to get smashed when they play a real team like Texas and we beat them. Oklahoma Sooners, dude, you have done a great job at figuring out ways with 6 turnovers in 2 football games to make that dude look like he's correct. Like, holy shit, dude. We couldn't have done anything more to prove that fucking guy right. And now you did it. So, good job. At least that guy gets proven correct on that deal. Now all of a sudden, we look like the fakest
He's
team.
got some more ammo on Twitter now.
He's got more ammo on Twitter.
X, or whatever you call it these days.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that guy is one of them dudes that probably wears Hello Kitty headphones whenever he's listening to his music. But anyway, he's a goofball. Thank God we're at least better than Mississippi State. You got anything else to say before we tell them Boomer Sooner?
Yeah, I'm glad we ate a couple of fucking goofballs.
Right. A couple middle-aged goofballs, yeah. But anyway, Boomer Sooner, guys. It sucks, but you know what? Boomer Sooner anyways. Fuck them.